joined by Hofstra head coach Joe Mahalik. To his left of me, technically to his right, Wanya Green. We'll start with a comment from Coach Mahalik on the win, and then open up for some questions. Coach?
If you only knew how bad I want to sit in front of Wanya Green's car, that much, you know. I just want to be Wanya Green. So let me get this out of the way. Yes, the answer is yes. We thought about this game for 364 days. Yes, it was a tough loss last year, heartbreaking loss. You know, the kind that stays with you. I mean, in this profession, it's what you sign up for. The great wins, the tough losses. So yeah, we thought about it for a year. We were glad to have the chance to, you know, make up for it and so forth. So, you know, I might as well get that out of the way right away. So, the game today was. We have a team that just refuses to lose. We should have lost that game, we didn't. We should have lost, and we didn't. It's because of these guys I'm sitting in between right now, and the other guys are white shirts. So great win. At this time of the year, as John Chaney would say, win one, buy one. So we get to stay here for another day, and have to play another team that's going to just give us agita all night long, wherever it is.
Questions, raise your hand, we'll bring the mic.
Coach, there was 11 lead changes in this game. This is like this game obviously came down to the wire. So your overall thoughts about the last minute of the game, like what was going through your mind at that point, the tempo?
Well, just that, I mean, early on in the game, I realized it was just going to be a repeat of last year. I mean, a little bit different pace, a lot more scoring, I think, last year. I don't really remember. I think it was a lot more scoring last year, but I realized it was going to be the same thing. I've said this about last year's game. Somebody's going to have a heartbreaking loss, and somebody's going to have a fabulous win, and this year gets to be our turn to come in first in this game.
Hey, Coach, why did you say that you should have lost this game today?
Well, the pace was theirs. We just had trouble offensively. I felt we didn't get into a flow. I think we're, you know, I don't think we're a bad defensive team, although the other 9 coaches might think we are. I don't think we're bad, but I think what we are is when we're good, a good offensive team. And we weren't able to be good offensively today. And that's a credit to William Mayer, the way they played. So, you know, that's why I felt like, you know, we just couldn't get wrap our arms around this game.
Coach, under timeout, Grusis is on the bench with 4 fouls. You could have gone big and bring Walker back. You elected to stay small and bring back Bowie. That kind of turned the game around. You went up 6, even though William Mayer came back again, but that kind of really helps win momentum for you.
Yeah, we were prepared to do both. I mean, he's, you know, somebody asked yesterday about our third string catcher. I mean, he's our third string catcher inside, and he proved he's ready to go. You know, in a strange way, it helped us because they went small, and maybe it helped us a little bit with our matchups. So, you know, Rock had 4 fouls. They were going to call them. If you breathe on somebody, they were going to call them the foul. So we figured might as well let Denton go in there and play a little bit.
I mean, Wanya, you guys have probably said to me about 100 times that you wanted revenge on William Mayer for last year. How good does this one feel?
Feels good. Playing them was very hard game, the way they played. I'm just glad they got the win. Competing with them for the win. Then, not for the win, but first half we kind of did bad. Turnovers. The second half we turned up a little bit. They still had the pace, but we came out with them.
Yeah, like you said, like it's good that we won, but it's just a blessing just to beat this team after they beat us last year. And this team, they taking a lot of shots. So plus the boys went out and we wasn't playing like that. It was real good, you know.
Coach, Denton Kuhn played as low, having 5 latter portion of that game. Just talk about his play in the final moments.
Well, the great catch and finish at the end. You know, actually didn't have one of his finer moments yesterday, but you know, he's like this team. He's a winner. I mean, he wants to be out there. He wants to make plays right to the bitter end. You know, he's part of our culture. And the only thing disappointing about Dan Kuhn is only the coach that guy for 1 year.
This question is for the Philly boys. You know, stories that y'all were robbers and
Yo, I'm from Philly too.
So, like, y'all about to compete for a chance to, you know, go to the big dance. How that feel?
It feels great, exciting. It's the first time in 4 years I've played. Just getting there is tough, but you know, I'm glad we played for the championship. So I'm just very excited for me and my team.
Yeah, like you said, like, I'm excited for my team to make it here, the program, just stuff we overcame, just at Hofstra in general. it means a lot to not just me, but just to everybody. You know?
I have a question first for Tank. In the first half, you guys were shooting a lot of threes, but you seemed to take it on yourself to go inside and go to the basket to get the offense going. Is that what you were thinking about?
I just sometimes we all get in habits of, you know, like settling for shots that he gives us. But a couple of my turnovers came because I was forcing like situation when I could have took a shot, but I decided like I'm not gonna let them stop me from driving. So it was basically off reads, you know, a couple of reads I read wrong, I turned over, some I read right, you know, just the game.
And for Wanye, you've played all but 6 minutes of the last 11 games. And today you were really all out on defense. Can you just describe the fatigue that you felt and how you were able to suck it up at the end when you had to?
Just like every game, I try not to think about it. You know, and especially when you're playing a game like this, it's a championship. You can't let fatigue phase you. You just got to do everything you can to continue.
For all three of you guys up there, could you just describe the emotions you feel right now compared to what you felt a year ago today?
I couldn't sleep for like a week. You just see that shot just going, and you just constantly see it on online. People just replaying, and you just like, man, like, you gotta wait a whole year. So I think we answered back well, you know, by beating them.
For all three of you up there, how much?
Hold on, we get some. Your emotions.
Basically the same thing, just, you know, that one shot playing in the back of our head all season. You know, it was a great game last year, and it came up short on one possession, but, you know, today we got the win, and I'm just glad we go to the championship.
It wasn't for me. I mean, I'll, you know, Zach, for the rest of my life still think about the game. Just because we won today, I'm still going to be thinking about that loss we had last year. But, you know, it was the heartbreak of disappointment for these guys who last year deserved to be in a championship game and couldn't quite get there. And this year they do, so they get to be there. So, you know, it's euphoria as opposed to absolute, you know, whatever the opposite of euphoria is. I don't have my thesaurus. It's, you know, but we still got one game to go. I mean, and just in general with that, I mean, the hardest part of the world is getting to that championship game. I mean, these guys, you can talk about being tired, you can talk about, you don't think Wanye Green's ready to go tomorrow? I mean, thanks to you. I mean, you know, they can rest in May. You know, it's hard to get to that championship game. Ask the other 9 coaches. It is hard. I mean, I've been lucky enough to be there 6 or 7 times. It's hard. I hope everybody appreciates that, whether it's Hofstra Nation or the other schools. And so to get there, it's almost like as hard as tomorrow night's going to be, a little bit of you breathe that little bit of a sigh of relief. Okay, we're in the championship game. Let it all hang out and see what happens, as opposed to, oh man, we didn't even get to the championship game.
For all three of you up there, for all three of you up there, just describe, I guess, your confidence level going into tomorrow night's game, depending on who you play. Your overall confidence level.
Confidence level is still high. We still, you know, we always rely on each other and communicate with each other and stuff we need to do before the game. You know, it always plays a part in our team.
I'm very confident. You know, our coaches prepare us. They always got a game plan for every team. So I go in every game confident, especially now we played 3 times. So ain't nothing we haven't seen.
Coach, the style of the game was kind of set early. I feel like it was physical, and then, you know, you guys forced them into their season average of turnovers in the first half early, by getting into the passing lane deflections. How much of that kind of helped set the tone for you guys defensively, and for the players to know that it's going to be those type of plays in this game for you to move on?
Yeah, Mike, good point. I mean, it was for both teams. I mean, we had too many turnovers too. We had something almost have a triple-double in turnovers. So, but you won the game for us. So, but you're right. It was, like I said earlier, it was the opposite of last year. Last year wasn't a turnover game. It was a fast pace. You know, both teams were scoring, and both teams were turning it over. It became a kind of defensive game for 2 teams that are really known for their offense.
Joe, can you describe what the refs said to you guys 66 seconds into the game after the hard foul on Tarpey, on Gustis?
They said it was a flagrant one.
Right. But can you describe what were they?
They said it was a flagrant one.
Can I follow up?
Sure.
No, not that. You said you wanted to play these guys for 363 days. Does it make it more meaningful to have gotten to the championship game by overcoming them after all that happened?
Yeah, for me, yeah, it did. Sure, sure. But again, it's just getting to that championship game. So, shoot, now we both got one. Maybe next year we'll be in the semifinals again, and who knows? Maybe somebody will be heartbroken, and somebody will have euphoric feeling.
In last year's game, you recall that Thornton, at the end of that great game, gave it up to Dixon for the winning shot. And this time around, when you drove, that's what happened with you giving it up to Kuhn. Was that just instinct at that point, or did you think about it?
It was just instinct. I was trying to get the layup, and I saw Tarkin, itching to try to get the steal. So once he stepped out, I just dished it off to Denver.
Coach, Coach, they did a real good job with taking away the pick and roll from you guys with Wanya and Raka.
Great job.
Even though Raka had 13 boards, he still only had one shot, only 2 points. Would you ever thought going in that you could win a game with Raka putting up scoring numbers like that and shooting numbers like that?
Yeah, only 27 minutes he was on the bench spot. I think he got a little, you can sometimes get afraid to move out there when you have fouls calling you so often.
What does that say about the character of this team, though, and the contributions from other guys like Bowie and Kuhn and Bernardi to be able to win with Goose only scoring 2 points?
Yeah, I mean, that's find a way, refuse to all those cliches that you hear. I mean, that's the way this team is. I mean, and the resiliency, the composure, the maturity that we've been having with these guys for all year long. Nobody got rattled. Nobody lost their composure. I mean, there's a lot of mood swings in this game. We kept our cool. We felt good about ourselves, and we had that swag down the stretch.
Last one right here, Zach.
Joe, 2 things. What was Rokas' injury, and is he okay?
Yeah, I think he's okay. At first, I thought he was holding his knee when I looked down at the end of the bench, and then he had his shoe off, and our trainer was checking his foot out. So, but he seemed okay. I don't know. He seems okay.
And then Joe, what did you say about your 2 guys up there? When you guys were struggling with me, got you going, and then the last 5 minutes seemed like Wanya made every play you could ask.
Well, again, it's almost like what can't you say about these guys that I haven't already said. And they just stop. Here's the one thing that they never let you down. You